is a historical day because Chinatown will be shutting down for 2 hours in protest of the discriminative fishing raid carried out by the Home Office in the last few weeks. With me, our community leaders, our participants of the event, and we are very angry.
The UKBA have been raiding Chinatown over the last 6 to 8 weeks. They have arrested, they have went into 13 restaurants, arrested some people, and that at the same time, they haven't actually not following their own procedures. They have made racist statements. They have taken theft of £1,000. They have actually went into wrong restaurant to actually do the raiding.
Well, all the accounts given by our members point to the fact that they're not intelligence-led. They're all fishing raids. Most of the time, what we regard as legal procedures not being followed when they carry out their operations. That's why we're concerned.
I would like to invite the Chair and the President of London Chinatown Chinese Association to start the countdown to this historical event, Chinatown Shutdown. Stop. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Against the discriminative role of the Home Office. Why are we here today? Today, Chinatown is shutting down for 2 hours from 3 o'clock until 5 o'clock. Why are we shutting down? Because we know if we do not take action, the whole of Chinatown will be shut down in a few years' time with no one to work for us.
Basically, in a nutshell, the government, they are just playing a political game. They want to be seen as being hard on the border control, but in reality, they've already lost that control to the EU, and that's why they are picking on the non-EU communities to be really harsh on them.
We have been trying to establish a dialogue with the Home Office. There have been no formal response so far. And that's why the community are here together to send them a signal, to tell them we are angry and we are blowing whistle on UKBA.
Well, I think it's the government trying to actually create an atmosphere of fear to the migrant community. And the Chinese community is earmarked to be one of them, particularly because we don't usually resist this sort of action. I mean, today is the first time that Chinese community actually stand up and actually defend ourselves to some extent.
Chinese community, UKBA, 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 go away, go away, UKBA, 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 go away, Chinese community, here to stay, Chinese community, here to stay, Chinese community, here to stay.
UKB fishing raids are a trespassing act when you do not have the proper documents of a warrant or a letter of authority or a consent from the manager of the premises, whether it's a home or a business premise. You cannot simply just enter and bully the people inside on the pretext of doing official work.
Unfortunately, there are 500,000 cases of backlog with the UKBA, with the Home Office. And people who came legitimately and worked under tier 3, tier 2 of the point system, they found themselves without the right to work. How are they supposed to extricate themselves if their families here? So what we want is for the system to be fair and practical and to work. And we do not want politicians just to pretend they are tough on immigration by having poster vans saying, "Are you here illegally? Go home." We do not want to have tax sent to people who are even British to say go home. It is ridiculous. So can we please have politicians that can do things in a fair way, respect our various communities? We contribute a lot to the economy, and Chinatown is a landmark place for tourism. We need the support of politicians, of the public, to say enough is enough. Do not raid our restaurants. Don't give our restaurateurs. Don't prey on easy target thinking the Chinese will not protest, because here we are out in numbers protesting because we really do not think we should be treated this way. And we are really good citizens, we are good residents who want to contribute to this economy. Can you please give us a bit more respect?
Well, I want to thank the businesses for shutting down today. It's an incredible scene to see nothing happening business-wise in Chinatown. But at the Joint Council for the Welfare of Immigrants, we have a legal department where we represent migrants when they're facing the hard end from the UKBA and the Home Office. And the people I really want to talk about are the people that are actually caught up in the raids, the people that are arrested, the people that are detained, and the people that are deported. Because the futures these people face are very, very uncertain, very, very dangerous at times, and can wreck lives, split up families, ruin people's livelihoods and the rest of it. And I think we have to really think about the people at the receiving end.
You cannot have raids that impose £10,000 fine on businesses when they can't recruit people and go out of businesses. Go around Gerrard Street and Chinatown and you'll see notices for staff vacancies because they cannot be filled. You can't have a situation where restaurant workers are arrested, then released, and then go into economies which are black market like DVD selling and become vulnerable to attacks. The Chinese community has rights in this country and they need to be respected. So today's march is an important one, because if we can do this in Chinatown today, then other communities like mine will do it in Southall tomorrow and Brixton day after.
We come bringing solidarity from the people of Brixton. The African and African Caribbean communities suffer the same sort of raids as those restaurants do in Chinatown. Why is it that UKBA is targeting Chinese restaurants, African restaurants, Caribbean restaurants, Bangladeshi restaurants, Indian restaurants, and yet we know the biggest overstayers in the United Kingdom are white Australians and people from New Zealanders. Why don't they raid those restaurants instead of tackling minority communities?
I come today to offer you solidarity with the black community of Tottenham. Your struggle is our struggle. Our struggle is your struggle. Our enemy are those who want to treat us as if we have no right to be here in this country. The thing that gets me about what they're doing to the Chinese community is whilst they're here treating people so disrespectfully, treating people without any kind of respect and treating people unprofessionally, they're going to China and they're telling the Chinese that they want the Chinese money. I think Chinese people should write to your government and tell your government, don't let them fool you. They want your money, but they're not going to treat you with no respect. Don't give them your money. Close down your shops. Let them eat fish and chips. Let them give you the respect you deserve. I come to give you support. Power to the people, people.
They're being unfairly treated and getting raided for no reason. Then of course I can understand why they'd be upset about that and they'd want to strike.
You'll be in support of the restaurant owners over here?
Yeah, definitely. I love coming down here. If they start shutting things up, then it's going to be a problem.
think what is happening in our society and what is shameful about what the Home Office is doing is that they are making border policing part and moving it to the centre of our society and how it works. And that is damaging our society and dividing our society. So in a way, I think what we've seen with the raids in Chinatown connects to the texts that people have been sent to go home when they're British citizens, the vans that are driving through our communities. There are provocations to the multicultural reality of what London is. This is an attack on the Chinese community and on Chinatown, but it is also an affront to all Londoners and the greatness of this city. So I think we need to blow the whistle on what the Home Office is doing and say this far and no further.
Keep on raiding Chinatown, we are an easy target. We're here to stay, and we're telling you, if you don't engage with us, we will strike, 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 strike until no one comes to Chinatown, okay? Yes!
UKBA! UKBA! 我哋一齊將我哋嘅心意透過放氣球放上上天，1、2、3。帶住我哋嘅